So this will be a 5-sketch stream. That's going to be pretty cool. I don't think we've had one of these in a while. I guess we're already at 5 if you count the warm-up sketch. So there's that. Alright, final sketch. Let's see. We've got... Any tips on keeping body proportions when drawing in perspective? Yeah, I can do... Let's have that be the final topic. How about that? So, when I'm sketching the body in perspective, really I'm just kind of breaking things down like this. So if it's a top-down perspective, for example... I'm really dealing with something like this. Okay, and I like to think of the body parts in terms of cylinders. It just makes it that much easier for me, even the head, right? So you can see proportion-wise, it looks like this head is the same height as your calf, but in reality, that's certainly not the case. Okay, if I'm a body sitting down, you know, riding something like a bike or what have you. Let's go back. Let's just use this cylinder for the pelvis. Just 2 ellipses, and then we have the body here. Let's see, what are the arms doing? Maybe we're just sitting on the ground. Then yeah, really I'm just thinking about cylinders or boxes, you know, ways for me to, and you can kind of see the foreshortening here happening. Actually, let's see, if you're sitting down, this leg, maybe it's more up, like this. And then you've got another leg, or another portion of the leg, rather, out like this. You could even bring back this leg like so. Right, so it's just thinking about these things in terms of basic geometry that I think really help. At least they help me kind of place things. So if there's a pose, if someone, let's see, let me think of an interesting pose, or just even talk about the body, but simple way I like to think about it. So you've got torso, pelvis, right, head, and then arms. And I'm no expert on the human body. I'm just figuring things out as I go. Okay, but this is kind of how I like to think about the human body. So if I wanted to just even come up with a pose, I can just start by drawing my cylinders like so. Here's my torso. Legs, head, maybe some fists, right? And then on top of all this, I can build. So whether it's a robot or human, let's say it's some robotic suit, because that's always easier, honestly, than drawing a real human. But I could draw some sort of exoskeleton here. But it's just a matter of, you know, kind of just building on top of that. You know, maybe they have some sort of night vision thing, because we did night vision today. And helmet, maybe that extends out as they're holding on to whatever it is that they're holding on. But as far as like drawing the body, I find it just productive, for me anyways, to sketch things out in just this very geometric way, like so, right? So that becomes a concept sketch in and of its own. You know, maybe there's some kind of shield that's projected that can come out of this. And if you just keep your shapes somewhat rough and loose, you can then just take some quick marker and throw on top of this, again, in those shadowed areas, like on the far side of this leg, shadow core on this leg, part separation areas, and you're like pretty close. Okay, just like that, even. Throw in some color accents. And you've got like a concept sketch of a human. Like, for me, that's what works. Do I ever talk at design conferences or events? Asked Caleb. Yes, I do actually. I'm realizing I don't do a good enough job talking about the stuff I do, but I'm actually slated to speak at the International Design Conference for the Industrial Design Society of America sometime in September. I'll be one of 2 MCs. So I'll have a day where I'm MCing the whole thing and talking about everybody else's stuff, but also I'll be hosting a workshop. We're not entirely sure if that's going to be online or live yet. I don't know if I can say that, but I said it. But that's something I do. I presented Adobe Live Adobe Max. That's their annual creative conference. So I did that last year. And then there's smaller engagements that I do. I do a lot of workshops. Lately, those are shifting to virtual workshops. So if you're interested, hit me up. I can meet with your group, talk about your needs, and help you guys develop your skill sets and core competencies if you need that in a specific app, or it might be a specific methodology or topic, either way. But yeah, I do speak at conferences and I host workshops. I speak quite a bit. All right, so there's my quick overview of perspective of a person. Like I said, all of these you can kind of easily turn into sketches. So here's one, for example, just adding a few things. Here's our deltoid, bicep. If it's a woman, I like to kind of just come out, and you don't want to be creepy and weird and exaggerate things too much, so I try to just keep that simple. Hair, eyes, nose, all of that stuff. Like, I have ways that I do lips, for example, if need be. Maybe there's dreads or something, I don't know. But either way, you can take these base forms and build on them in a way that allows you to just quickly so there's a foot. Right, pretty simple. Maybe there's a shadow under here. But just by breaking this stuff, this one I want to make into a robot. But just by breaking stuff down, it really helps me anyways. Just take a lot of the stress out of things and just focus on kind of the design of these things. Now, as far as proportion goes, yes, you will need to actually observe what you see and figure out ways to represent those things. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too difficult, okay? All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'll do a quick recap. Catch me live again on Wednesday. We'll be live in the evening, probably around, I'd say 5 p.m. Pacific, so watch out for that. And then Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific as well. I'll be on Adobe Live. I'll post about those on the socials, so as long as you have subscribed and turned on alerts, you will see those, be able to be a part of that. Stephanie says she did not know about the Google Drive. Yeah, let me just post that link here for you. Check it out. Let me know what you think. But it should have all of the sketches from the last few months. And I scan those and upload them, or I take pictures, but high enough quality that you can see what I'm seeing. because I don't want you to like watch the stream and then you're like, oh man, Spencer can't draw. So it's just a good way to kind of see a better representation of what it is I was doing, thinking, seeing, and so forth.